Yes boys, welcome back to another video. We are getting prepared for a stiff leg PR. We've got 195 today. I got 190 for 8 last Saturday. So we are going to make the pre and we're going to see if we can beat, well we are going to beat 193, so we're going to go for 195. But they were flying and that was just before a deload. So with my setup now, which you'll see, I think we got 195 for at least a good 7 today. And then we won 200 and then we won 220. So that is what I am coming for. But we've got first 125 oats, carb hack as well. When you are in a gaining phase, raisins. If you need carbs, raisins. And then on top, we've got the whey, we've got the fruit, and we've got the dark chocolate. That new one, jammy biscuit, is absolutely banging. So if you do like jammy dodgers, can't get more jammy dodger than that. That's going on top. Dark chocolate's going on top, and then we're off to the gym. And then pre of choice at the minute, fresh one, we've got pineapple juice, Total War. That's my favourite. If you don't want anything like crazy stim heavy, but still decent, that's a good option. And then I just put my creatine in the pre when I don't forget, have that there. At the moment, I'm not having intra. I was getting a little bit bloated when I was training, which we don't want, so I'm just trialing not having any, and I felt really good. So for the time being, probably until food gets higher, I'm not going to have any intra. We're just rolling off this oats. I have that dark chocolate there, so to be fair, I don't feel like I just get that mad spike from a lot of carbs. I quite like that slowing down a little bit from adding some fats in there. So if you do feel like you have that spike from a carb heavy meal and you don't like it and it throws you off a little bit, just get some fats in there and that'll solve that. And boys, the rule is can't be having pre without ice. If you don't ice your pre, game changer. If you don't like your pre now, that pineapple's banging with some ice. Finished product. And if you're stuck with meals, say you're working outside or whatever, you can get a cool bag, you can make that, put that in there, or you can have it now like I'm going to. So oats, whey, add fruit to it, add dark chocolate to it. You've got your protein, your carbs, your fats sorted, easy. As a staple, if you enjoy that and that digests well. If you get a whey, which you enjoy, it's gonna be banging. And then if you get flavor drops in the oats, that's it. I just have that with water. All the calories are coming from the actual food. No, and actually, with that, we have one caramel rice cake. So again, I say it all the time, adding carbs, rice cakes are the king. And because I don't like salt in the oats, last thing I want when I'm stiff legging, cramp. So we're gonna get a little bit of pink salt. We're gonna get it down the whole patch. Lovely. But salt and meals, get that. Get it from like B&M, random place like that. But if you're ever wondering where I get random things from, ask me. And like I said in the last video, get the electrolytes down as well. Bash. Right boys, so we've got at least 3 feeders. So first one, for that fruit. First one, we'll just get the 20 on both sides. So first set boys, literally 6 reps we'll go for. So we'll probably go 6, 4, and then around 2. And then we'll work. Reason we're pulling off the blocks. If I try and do a stiff leg down to the floor, my form just breaks down very easily. So raising that up a little bit, I think it's keep super tight, keep everything where I need it to be. So that's why we go for that. And then the next thing I would say boys is like, make sure you're not doing these in your trainers. Like I've got my Yeezys there, they're squishy as anything, right? So I literally wear these socks every Saturday. Obviously I wash them, but they're just the socks I wear that I don't mind getting a bit dirty. So I would just keep a pair of socks, you use them, think that's your base, right? So you need to be locked into that, no brainer. We'll go 100 next. So we'll just take this for a nice 3 or 4. So we're gonna go 140 for a couple. I'll probably do 160 for one, and then we'll work. So last feeder now, 160. This one is very important. Yes, physically we want to be switched on, mentally as well. That last feeder, if you just go into that a bit half-assed, that moves slow, doesn't move well. You're not going to go into your top set and smash that. So I need to approach this, even though it's 1 rep, like it's that working set, have everything firing, and then I just go in exactly the same then for my top set. So literally 1 rep of this, and then we'll go in. That was top set 1, 9, 5, and we want at least 7. Top set tune on. That's the one. Just go. So that was 7. I'll have to watch back, but last rep felt a bit sloppy. So if it was, we'll just tie that up next time, but smoked. So to be fair, I'm pretty happy with that. That was 1957. I think I just lost a little bit of that tightness on the last rep. Honestly, what I need is chalk as well as my straps. My hands get so sweaty in the set. Like, these straps are great, but I still feel the bar slipping away, and then it leads to me reaching down a little bit. So you're fine with a little bit, the tiniest little bit of rounding, as long as it's not your whole shoulders coming forward and literally rounding over. If you have the tiniest little bit of thoracic rounding, as long as you're completely pain free, that's fine. Like, I've never had any lower back problems at all. So you're fine with a little tiny bit, but even still I think I can keep tighter if that bar's literally just glued to my hands, especially anything over like 6 reps. I need it, so I'm gonna get some chalk. That was 1957, so I'll get that for a good clean 8, and then we'll move to that 200 bar. That did feel heavy, but we got it, it was a good set. So just waiting now for single arm lat pull down, then we've got the T-bar, and then we've got biceps. So not a ton of back work, but the back work we've got in this session is very effective. This is some good work, and then we're absolutely smashing biceps. So that was left arm 8, so I'll always start on that left side, my weaker side. So now I just need to match 8 on this right side. Lou, put that 10 in there, whack them over them plates. Got Lucy on hand, thank you. So T-bar, this is one more than anything. You can just feel uncomfortable if you get it wrong. If you can feel comfortable with your feet on the platform, have your feet on the platform. If not, have your feet on the floor. It's going to depend, obviously, what T-bar you're using. Main thing to think about here, if you just drop the weight down, it will just take the air out of you and it'll just feel terrible. So use that eccentric, not only as a chance to keep all that load through your back, which you want to do anyway, allow some slight contraction, lengthen out all that upper back musculature. It'll actually give you time to get your breath. So you'll see me on my working sets, I'm getting my breath, getting my breath, getting my breath, bracing, and then you're ready to drive through. And then when you are driving through, you're thinking about that upper arm is coming back, and as that upper arm is coming back, you are retracting as well. and squeezing everything back there. And as long as you do that and you don't completely come off this pad, you can't go too far wrong. In terms of where to grip it, for me, I'll always use pretty much a T-bar to hit my upper back. So I'm trying to keep a nice high upper arm path. And at the top, in terms of where I hold the handle, I want my wrists and my hand to be roughly in line with my elbow. As long as I do that, I'm not going to be too narrow, I'm not going to be too wide. So if I lock in here, that's going to be pretty much perfect for me to get the most out of my T-bar. So working set for me, we've got 3.5 plates. First time using this last week, so I've got 6. So I'm not necessarily looking to hold this at the top, I'm just looking to squeeze, contract, and then control that down. That's just my cue more than anything, that I've locked that rep in, and then I come down, so then I don't start just cutting range. It's very easy to start doing that. Stop me yanking at these. I'm having that little pause in the lengthened. Otherwise I can just bounce and they'll start to feel terrible. And you'll see with this session we've got 3 movements for back. So we've got hip hinge, we've got a lat pull down, and then we've got a T-bar row. So one for my entire posterior chain, one that's obviously lat focused, and one that's upper back focused. Rather than me coming in and doing 3 of the same movements, I've got 3 different ones. So those sets you've got, don't waste, say 4 sets on 2 different movements doing the exact same thing. Make them different, split them across the week then. Like I've got pull A and pull B, and I will apply that same process. So them sessions, the same thing when I'm programming for a client. So we've got back off now, then preacher, hammer. So biceps are a big focus for me. So you'll see that now. I won't talk through these now. You'll just see me absolutely drilling them. But we're trying to control every single inch, have a pause in that lengthened, contract hard on all of them, and take them all the way there. You'll see now from this next little clip, that intensity has to be there. If intensity is not there for arms, just because they're a little bit more boring, they're not going to grow on par with everything else, are they? They're going to be lacking behind. So if you are doing arms at the end of a session, that's fine, but make sure you do switch that on and flick that switch to kick in, and make sure you're training intense with them. If you bring that intensity there, you're going to be able to grow them at the end of the session, but you have to make sure you stay bang on it. Oh yes boys, so we just smashed post. That session is not a lot of volume, but it is a big one. Takes it out of me. Tell me if this is sus or not, boys. I'm going to Audi now, and we've got a bag with little penguins on from Christmas. Fire bag, mate. We don't care. It is sus, but bag's a bag, boys. We've got the goods to get. So we'll go get some bits from Aldi, and then I need to buy wrapping paper. It's Lucy's birthday tomorrow. Presents are sound, so that's the main thing. We've not wrapped them though. I've got a very bad habit of, for Christmas and for birthdays, wrapping things the day before, so I need to stop that. But it is the day before, we're gonna wrap them, and then I've got a lot of work to do. We've got 3 new boys to the team to sign up and get them all nailed, so that's priority. And then Lucy's partying, so I'm gonna edit this video. So we've got a few bits to do now, and then we've got a busy evening of cracking on. So let's go and buy some chicken, let's go buy some fruit, let's go buy some veg, let's go buy the essentials, and then I need to go back home to my mum's. It still feels weird saying my mum's house and not my house. I'm outside my house now. It's still very strange, but we need to go there. And Aldi, so we're going to the OG Aldi, the one that I used to go to before I snaked off. Let's go. So we've got meal 1 as meal 3 today because we trained early. We've got the frozen whey as well, giving you a little update. So 84
but it's like she can crawl now, so like
sitting on these.
She just walked up and be right underneath me without being able to, you know, she's just everywhere. So she's crawling everywhere. She's running around in her like walker thing, and she just goes. Like we go outside, and she'll just follow me just down the street, just walking. It's so funny.
Plenty of growing left to do for us. Right, boys, I have done everything I said I was going to do. It is currently 10:30. I've just finished editing this video, signed the new boys up, got back to the other boys, made sure everyone's programming's all on track, ready to roll, so we are sorted. We've just been turbo productive for a Saturday evening. That's a very boring Saturday evening, but the boys are flying. That's what we care about. So thank you very much for watching. Honestly, don't understand how much I appreciate it. Just dropping the video a like, dropping me a comment, making sure you subscribe. I massively appreciate it. That means I can keep these coming. Apologies for sounding very tired, boys. And if you are interested in joining the team, link as always is in the description. Thank you very much for watching, boys. More videos this gaining phase incoming, so stay tuned. Let's roll.